Hello, I have today a talk called Behind the Illusion of Ego's Love. So, the first statement I have is you are here to notice the disdain for the perceived other that is behind the illusion of ego's love for the perceived other. And this is really interesting to me. It's helping me go deeper. So, on top, we have the illusion of a special love for someone. I love you because of your special qualities, and by association with you, maybe I will feed on you and get what separate I wants from you. So that's what's going on there. And it can be hard when ego love seems to be all you know, although we all know actual love, to understand underneath this illusion of I can get something from you. There's something special about special people, and I'm going to try to feed off that and then find security and peace in that, and then hate the others, right? Or compare you to others and find you better, sometimes find you worse, because ego love can turn to ego hate. So right beneath this false love is disdain. The word disdain came through, and I could really feel the pushing against. If I have disdain for you, I'm pushing against you, I'm pushing away. I know you're separate, and that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the space between us. I'm not seeing that we're one. So all the special love of ego is worthless, because underneath it is hatred and fear and disdain. And as we dismantle the egoic identities we've built for ourselves and let those go, and the egoic identities we've built for everyone else and let those go, then it becomes apparent there's this hatred under the love. The love is fake. But we've always known in our hearts true love. And true love is not anything we can judge, like those guys over there are like, no, or don't know what true love is, or those guys over there are doing this, or those guys over there are you. You're joined with them forever. You are love, they are love, and you're joined by love forever. And that's true love. And there's no special love in true love. It's just a recognition and a deep, deep security and a reason for hope in every perceived situation, because the only thing we've layered on top of actual love, which will always be actual love, without comparison, without disturbance, it will always be that. It can't be touched, it can't be disturbed. We can layer on top of it a fantasy of fear. And what keeps this fantasy of fear is and hatred is the frosting we've put on top of our disdain for each other, separating each other out into separate persons with differing values and limited shelf lives. We put this frosting on top we call ego love. You're my special friend, you're my special romantic partner. And it doesn't mean I have to wade in there and try to just deny or destroy any relationship I think I have. It's more like it expands, so I understand I'm in a relationship with everyone and everything at all times, and it's the same relationship, and it's the relationship of holiness and innocence that we share. So it's not like I have to destroy any relationship. It just deepens to be inclusive and true. So it was very interesting that the word disdain came through, because that really helped me see that kind of shoving away seems to be an action, and in the mind, like I shove you away from me and then I judge you, and I can judge you, especially positive, because I've shoved you away from me and I'm looking at you from over there, from over here, and I can judge you, especially negatively for the same reason. But I don't have to fool myself anymore about you or about anyone I call else. And there's the relief of the actual relationship we all have with each other forever. So everyone loves everyone 100%, full stop, because true love cannot be destroyed, always exists, is always the true nature of all beings and even everything. If you want to get into objects that look separate, or even concepts or ideas, behind the surface that fear has projected, is projecting. I'm using fear to project differing surfaces and values on things that look different and separate. There is only love and light, always, completely. And I think we learn to relax into and live in this and understand I can't make decisions for myself, but every decision or every guiding force comes from this love we share. I don't have to let my guidance, my action come from the fear, the fantasy I have been projecting on top of love. And I don't need to feel guilty that I've been projecting a hallucination on top of the love everyone and everything is. I just need to relax out of it, because it is a dream. It is a fantasy. It is a hallucination. It's not real. So the most important thing is that I just relax into and come back to myself and see you as you are, and remember myself as I am. There's no need to be guilty about something that was always imagined and that was never real and that never had a real effect. So, in this world, in this experience, ego will send me many assumptions. And then on top of that, I will build my kind of structure for projecting fear out onto everyone and everything, and therefore myself. And so this separate self seems to take shape and be real. Separate things seem to take shape and be real because of the fear I'm projecting out. So I'll notice I have assumptions about the world around me, about the separate ones around me, the ones who look separate. And I can submit every assumption to this test. Holy Spirit, is it true? And just rest in Holy Spirit. Any thought that comes in, Holy Spirit, is it true? And then just rest knowing I don't know anything. I can be returned to knowing through my willingness to be returned to the knowing we've always had, but we've been blocking out by projecting fear. And as I'm returned to the awareness of what I am, I naturally extend. Love extends forever. That's what love does. So then I start to perceive that. My perception changes. What I need here is perception correction. If you are love, you extend forever. If I am love, I extend forever. Love doesn't project, but projection's the fantasy. The projection of fear, the projection of hatred. So when they are not needed, leaves fall off a tree. Well, there's this tension involved in projection and making an illusion, making a dream, making a hallucination, making a fantasy. There's this tension, and it's filled with all of these assumptions. And each assumption feels this idea that I know what is real. And I must defend myself, and I must attack others. I have to keep up this wall of defense. When all that isn't needed, it just falls down. Because you're resting in the peace and gentleness and security of what everyone is. The only thing that's true about anything, you're resting in that. So all these defenses fall down. And every day we get the opportunity to just rest and let our defenses fall down and know we're safe and resting in love, and we can be inspired from there. So the new growth of new leaves is right here under the disdain. So we let go of everything we thought we knew before, like all the leaves falling off a tree in the fall. And then it seems like we have bare branches and where's my stuff? What's going to happen? There's this uncertainty because we haven't allowed the new to come in and express itself. So the new growth of new leaves is right here under the disdain. Well, when we're feeling our disdain for others, our desire to set them apart and judge them. And yes, history might give you every reason to judge them separately as having particular qualities or as having been the cause of your experience in some way. But history is what we made up from fear. We're projecting, and we can extend from love, from what we actually are. So we can project personal characteristics for ones we call other, and personal histories for ones we call other, and use facets of this and call it logic. But it's the logic of hatred. It's the logic of a hallucination. Or you can relax into what you are and what they are and what everyone and everything is forever, and allow divine logic to operate. So this is our time to relax and to allow divine logic to operate, and allow the new growth of the new leaves, and to know we're loved, and to know all are loved. So I think that's all I have right now. Wishing you all today, and happy healing.